It was like, oh, this video has like 10,000 views. I'm gonna post another one.
Like my YouTube channel grows the most out of any social media platform.
The jobs I get now are thanks to the YouTube channel.
What will you find fulfilling every day? And let's build a business around that.
Do I want to be like a solo creator? Do I want to become a media company?
This year, YouTube celebrates its 20th anniversary, and over the last 2 decades, it's become one of the biggest video platforms in the world, thanks in large part to YouTube creators. So we're checking in with some Canadian creators to celebrate their success and dive into the world of YouTube from their perspective. Please welcome Sabrina Cruz from Answer in Progress, Charlotte Dobre, Miss Darcei, Julie Nolke, and Hafu Go. Welcome, thank you for being here. I want to get to the why. Why did you post your first video on YouTube?
I was 13 years old. I hit the terms and conditions, and I was eating the most delicious cookie in the world. And I thought, yeah, this is a momentous occasion. Time for me to talk and review this cookie. And then I just posted it on the internet.
That is fascinating.
It was like just posting on social media like you would at the time.
I'm not sure that any of us went into it going, oh, this is going to be my career.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a curiosity of what is this open platform? What can I create? I've got an idea. Let me just shoot it.
And that
upload
was
it.
for you, the curiosity, like what is this all about?
I mean, I came to Toronto to be an actor, traditionally in broadcast television. Couldn't book a job to save my life, and turned to YouTube as an opportunity to practice. And so it started as a place for me to try characters and try writing, and then it became a bit of a portfolio where I could show casting directors, hey, like, this is me, cast me.
What was your first video?
Oh my God, well, what, no.
No, you gotta say it.
It's
On
so
TV.
embarrassing.
Yeah, exactly.
Worse than a
It was a cooking video.
Oh, that's not that bad.
It was a cooking
Okay.
video, yeah.
not that
Yeah,
bad.
it's hidden, it's private.
Who else was curious? What, Miss Darcei, what was the impetus? Why?
For me, I've always been like a girly girl and like hair and makeup and fashion. And I saw other girls making videos on YouTube about that. So I was like, well, I want to try that too. So I started with like my hair routine or like my drugstore haul. It wasn't like, oh, this is going to be my job, right? Because nobody was making money on YouTube at the time.
My first video on YouTube was created when I was like 9 years old. And it was a Taylor Swift lip sync video.
No way!
Roll the
clip. Roll the clip.
It doesn't exist anymore. I even tried to find it somewhere on YouTube. Like, I couldn't even find it.
Okay.
It's a lost channel. Let's not talk about it.
Fine.
I actually started taking it more seriously when I was in college. And I bought a $300 used camera off of Craigslist and made my first YouTube video by like watching a YouTube tutorial while learning how to edit at the same time.
Tutorials are so, like, I loved watching YouTube tutorials growing up and watching like these VFX stuff.
Yeah.
Was there a YouTuber at all that you were like trying to emulate their content and you felt like particularly inspired
As a
by?
kid, I was really inspired by Smosh, Niga Higa.
Yeah.
And like we even made, like there were a couple kids on the street where I lived and we made videos together trying to like copy them basically. Yes. It was fun.
It was so cute.
Charlotte, what about you?
I have a very similar story to Julie, where I came to Toronto trying to be an actor, and the one job that I could get was for a YouTube channel. I was a host for a YouTube channel. And then when the pandemic hit, I kind of just like turned on my camera. I think it was the Sunday that the world went into lockdown, and I needed like a creative outlet. I was like wanting someone to talk to. I was wanting, you know, obviously that connection and socialization that we weren't getting otherwise. And I just turned on my camera and started talking. And then it was like, oh, this video has like 10,000 views. I'm gonna post another one.
But all of you had options, you know, even in 2010, there were other options. Why is it YouTube?
I think it's where you can be the most creative, honestly, especially doing long form content. There's just like a process of, I know that a lot of people hate editing. I love it. I love editing my videos. I can't forget to put on mascara to blend my lashes. And we're gonna add a little more blush, you know, why not? Having an idea and then seeing it come to life. And I think that's why people really like creating on YouTube the most.
Goes without saying, the monetization model is awesome. Like it's great. It like we can be creative and also get paid to do it. And you know, coming up in the entertainment industry as an actor, you know, you're going to these auditions, you're not booking, like maybe you book like 1 out of 100 or something like that. So it really just allows you to be creative, but then also to get paid for it, which is amazing. Like it's such a godsend for people who are creatively inclined and wanting to do well, and you don't really need to wait for someone to hire you to do a job. You can just start posting on YouTube.
We're all creators independently, but we also own media companies at this point. So it's anyone who's got that creative itch, but also who's like excited to wear multiple hats, who loves editing, who loves, you know, being a producer or writing, or like YouTube is this open platform that allows you to scratch every one of those interests.
When did it become obvious that it would be a business, though?
I was out earning what I was making at my job on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared to quit my job until I started out earning my 9 to 5.
I was working a job while doing YouTube on the side, and like every day I was like buzzing home, hating my job. It was at a call center. So all I get is like old women calling to complain about their like ripped pants. Where it felt like I could like take the leap was I was earning like a couple $1,000s, like $2,000 a month.
Right.
It wasn't enough to replace my job income, but I saw the potential. I saw that like YouTube was a true meritocracy where like the harder you work, the more you post, and the more creative you become, the better videos you make, the more you'll be rewarded for your effort. And there's no red tape. There's no one stopping you. So that's when I felt like if I take the full leap into creating content on YouTube, I have the potential to make this into a career.
A glove that makes your hand invisible. A knife that can cut through anything. And tape so strong it can seal a broken boat. These are real products with impossible claims. And today I'm testing to see if these claims are legit or complete lies.
I like how it has flexibility though. Like you can kind of choose YouTube to be like a part-time thing and still find like a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
exactly.
I mean, like before I was working a retail job, like minimum wage, making like no money. So I literally Googled, what does the average Canadian make? And I made that my goal. And so like when I hit that on YouTube, then that's when I decided to quit my part-time job and like go full in. It took 10 years in order for me to go full time.
There are some people who still do it on their own, but many of you also have production companies. Who here works with a team? What does that look like?
I think Answer in Progress, we've built a team based off of just a lot of trust and unified goals, but with the reminder that we're a small business who have like kind of an absurd amount of flexibility in the things that we get to do.
How big is the team?
We have a team of 5 now.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're all full-time on it. It is exciting, sometimes scary, sometimes with the realization that like there are people now who this is their job. They are relying on this thing that we are making for their living. It's a scary but exciting responsibility.
I think if I lived with the pressure of being like, oh, I gotta pay these people salaries, I think it would stifle the creativity. Because like at the end of the day, YouTube is a bit of our hamster wheel. Like we're all posting tons of content and we've been doing this for a long, long time. So in order to have longevity in this industry, you have to love what you do and you have to constantly be asking yourself like, is this making me happy or do I need to pivot?
But that like reliance on art creativity kind of like forces you to be a responsible business owner.
Sure.
Like you do know that you might know that you're the type of person who suffers from whims and you're like, maybe I'll do this little experiment and it'll fail in a year. Oh, well. So you have to think about that when you're choosing to scale, who to hire, what help do you need?
Risk management.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I always find that I have been afraid to take risks, and I've been more inclined to do what works because I do have like a team of like 10 people, just the core team now. That I have to think about, and you know their job descriptions could change, and if I try to branch out and do new things.
It's this constant push and pull of wanting to be creative on the one hand, but then you're also stuck in your niche and doing what works.
But you definitely feel the pressure of like, how can I, you know, keep this going for as long as possible, because people do rely on you for a paycheck, and quite a few people rely on me.
How big is your team?
It's about 6 right now, but this year I had to make like a very hard decision. Do I want to be like a solo creator with like a small couple people? Do I want to become a media company? Do I want to make the company like be able to run on its own even without me. And I think I've stepped up into that more media company decision.
Ooh.
We're probably going to expand to like 10 to 15 people by the end of the year. And it's a new skill that I have to learn.
Yeah.
It feels like I learned the creator skill of how to make a good YouTube video. Now I have to learn the leadership skills. I have to learn the hiring skill. I have to learn how to manage people. It's a lot. It's a different journey.
I had people tell me that, I needed to hire like a CEO, and a lot of people do that, right? Because it's like, oh, I'm the creative, I do what I do best. But that just made me like want to be the CEO more. I was just like, I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Nobody knows your business.
It's all about balance.
And that's the thing, right? Is like I give up the reins. I give up, nobody knows, what could change a video. Oh, I know exactly what's going on with this video. Change the thumbnail, change the title, boom, million views. Like nobody else kind of knows that in the same way that I do, or at least I haven't met them yet. So I don't know. It was just kind of, I just kind of still wanted to do all the hats.
Part of the process of like growing into a media company, I found is I have to learn to train people.
Totally.
I have to like teach them how to become YouTubers, basically. Like many
Well, and they're never going to be quite as efficient as you are.
That's the issue I had with like trying to find an editor, because I feel like I've been editing my own videos for like over 10 years, right?
Good for you.
But then it's like now I don't really have time to also edit, so I had to hire an editor. And then obviously the editor can't be me, and then the editor can't be in my head and know exactly what I want. So it takes like a while in order to get into that rhythm.
But it's also exciting, right? Like being able to have somebody who isn't in your head who can also offer their own perspective.
Yes.
Push you to the next level.
And they can add things that you would have never even thought of. You know, like professional editors have a lot of like creativity at their fingertips that you would have never even thought of. So they'll learn your style too, like just with like a few notes sent back and forth. Like I think eventually they'll get it.
And I think those are the first hires you make are people that allow you to buy your time back.
Yes.
I like when I talk to other creators, I don't know if you guys had the same experience, but it's usually the people you're hiring is a camera operator, an editor, maybe an assistant, all people that allow you to get some time back so that you can then put it towards other creative projects.
Who was your first hire? I want to.
Editor.
Editor for sure.
Editor.
Camera.
Assistant.
Okay.
Assistant is a smart one.
Yeah.
I took forever to get on to get a production coordinator for our projects. It is wild how much time they save you.
That's going to be my next one.
Production coordinator.
So worth it. So worth it.
But how long does it take to produce one of your videos?
I know you take a long
Yeah.
months, right?
Yeah. So like I do education-based
Yes.
content. So we're researching and we ask a question without any idea really where the answer can take us. So it can be as little as like 3 weeks if we really push it.
This is an oil rig. And I thought, no way. That can't be true. Otherwise, everyone would know about it, right? So I spent the next few days digging deeper and learning that not only are fake buildings real, they are way more common than you might expect.
Like there are a couple of ideas in infancy. So like I don't expect there to be huge periods of like 4-month gaps between uploads. And there's also multiple of us on the channel. So we like kind of get to share that creative load.
What's the average time for the rest of you?
I take anywhere from like a month to 2 months, depending on the complexity of the production. We're also working on multiple videos at once. I think it's interesting when people like look at the videos, they think, oh, it looks so fun, so easy.
Yeah.
You probably just like filmed this in a day. I mean, like sometimes we do, but like there's a lot of work that goes before filming that takes all the time. And I think in the beginning, obviously, like when I can just upload whatever, I can pull out a camera, upload right away. That works. But then as we grow, I think we want to make better videos.
Sure.
And to make better, it takes more time.
Right.
And if it not more time, then it takes more people. So there's like different ways to solve the problem.
How do you keep up with, or at least resist the urge to be like, it's been 3 days and I haven't posted anything and are people gonna go away? Like, how do you manage that?
So I make sketch comedy content and we had to really streamline our production process. So like from idea to actual upload, it's probably 12 hours of work, which is, I know, is pretty small, but
Even the writing I thought would take longer than that.
I've gotten really efficient.
Not when you're one of the best.
Julie knows we realized, this is early on, my husband and I, when we started the channel, that it had to be efficient in order for us to sustain. What about my war table?
They look like children's toys.
Yes.
Oh, surely that's inappropriate when discussing warfare.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was Critique My War Table Day.
I've started utilizing YouTube Shorts actually, and that's really helped like getting content out like really, really quickly. I mean, my long form content doesn't really take that much time anyway. It's like maybe like 2 hours of filming and then maybe like 6 hours of editing. So it doesn't take that long, but then making a short is like, I could make a short in maybe like 30 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I found that like posting shorts has really like boosted my channel a lot. So like even if I'm not posting as many long form videos, my channel is still growing. Like my YouTube channel grows the most out of any social media platform.
Last year, we really went in hard on shorts. We posted like 200 shorts. It grew the channel massively. We grew almost 7 million subscribers in 1 year.
Wow.
I love the short feedback loop, right? Like you film something, it's quick, and then you upload it next day, and then you can see how the audience responds.
So what is the goal? Set all these new followers, YouTube Shorts, the teams, media companies. What are each of your goals? Will it be YouTube forever, or do you have other plans?
I think we'd all love to go into like, big budget production and do things like that. But if all else fails, we have this amazing distribution and this like amazing audience that show up for us all the time. And I think that that's like super, super special.
Yeah, I love storytelling, which sounds very pretentious, I realize. But if you had asked me 5 years ago, I would have said, oh, I want to be a lead on the next Crave show, or I want to be a lead in a movie or write my own movie. And I don't think that's the case anymore. Because if it comes down to like reaching people and telling a story and getting people to see it, then I'm going to choose YouTube every time, because that's where the eyeballs are. And that's where I get a direct connection. I get total control to make what I want to make. And we get global reach. I don't know about you guys, but my audience is like 90% global.
I've got a huge following in India.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's because like YouTube is available in India and a lot of other social platforms are not.
Right.
I found a community of people who really love makeup, but also like tend to be darker skinned. And because the makeup industry is not built for us, I want to create my own makeup company that is built for people with darker skin. It'll be, of course, inclusive to everybody, but I think that that's like my big goal that I want to do. And YouTube has really helped me find that community of people who are interested in that.
For me, I love YouTube. I grew up watching YouTube. I was like in the 4th grade, consuming it, getting so excited, making it throughout my entire student life and now into my adulthood. Like, I have never done anything but make YouTube videos, which is a weird thing to think. And I'm gonna be honest, like, I might be doing this until I'm old as heck, just because it is so much fun. I think I would have done it if YouTube never existed. I'm glad it does, because now I get to do it as a job.
I was always so worried that at some point I was going to be irrelevant or age out of YouTube, but in the same way that we grew up watching YouTube, our audiences
Grew up with us.
I can't wait for a bunch of 80-year-olds to collab on it.
It's going to be us.
Yeah, that's it. Let's do it.
Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for sharing your stories with us here today. Happy birthday, anniversary YouTube.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, YouTube!
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.